Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are doing my now rather delayed Halloween decor haul for the month of July and half of August. So I will still be going out hunting. There will still be hunting videos, so don't worry about that. But I thought I'd show you guys what I have bought so far, ranging from the second week of July until now. So I'm gonna go through this by store. So everything's gonna be grouped together. And I'll have everything also in a little lower third on the side so you guys know what it is. Before I get into this, I just want to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed. As I'm filming this, I am just over 950 subscribers, so I'm close to 1,000, and I didn't think that would happen after just starting posting videos in June. So thank you. I appreciate the fact that you like following my hunting and vlogging shenanigans, so really appreciate it. But besides all the lovey-dovey, me being goopy type, goopy, not goopy, besides me being all sorts of like appreciative and everything else, I know that's not what you guys are really here for, so let's get into it and let's just show you the goods, okay? That sounded wrong. First up, let's stick with HomeGoods since it's got the most stuff. Let's start with jack-o'-lanterns since I decorate them all year round, pumpkins and everything else. So picked up this little guy from HomeGoods, a little silver, kind of not really metal, but metal-ish jack-o'-lantern. Technically, it's very soft on the bottom here, so you probably could tear this out and then tear that off and then have this be a little luminary. I wouldn't do that though. I actually kind of like it as is, just to place it somewhere. So I really was drawn to the fact that this was, well, besides the face itself, and I really like the stem and the fact that it's silver. I keep seeing a lot of gold stuff, so finding silver was, thank you, that's my preferred color anyway. Also in the jack-o'-lantern category in HomeGoods was this little light up stack of jack-o'-lantern. It's a little ceramic stack, the little bats and stars and everything else. It does light up. It's not too terribly tall. I'd say roughly about just under a foot tall, so great to pair with anything on like a mantle or bookcase. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to put all these things, but I was really drawn to this guy because I missed out on getting a lot of stackable pumpkins last year, so I think I'm going to try to make up for it this year. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to store it all, but got this little guy, really like him. Also, tiny little jack-o'-lantern as well. It has a sachet inside of it, which is a caramel pumpkin latte. So not only is it decor, but it smells good. So, and it's two-sided little jack-o'-lantern, again, silver. Probably will tear off this bow, personally. I'll just take that off and just leave this be as is somewhere. Continuing on with the jack-o'-lanterns, even though it's not really a jack-o'-lantern you set out. Yes, I got a Ray Dunn mug. So, addendum, here we go. I am not a big Ray Dunn fan or fanatic or anything else. I just think this thing is cute because of the lid. I really like that. Yes, it's simple, but it's cute. So, I appreciated that fact of it. And I think I'm very fortunate that I even found these out. This is probably going to set out just on my coffee bar, period, instead of inside one of the shelves because I really, really like it. So, yay. Continuing with the mugs. So I have a rather large spooky mug collection, much to my husband's chagrin. So I always have to kind of justify to myself, why do I buy any more mugs? Besides the fact of I love them whenever I'm running out of space for them. And I came across this, and my mother was with me, and she said, if you don't get these, your husband will be very disappointed in you. So, these are Jack and Sally Nightmare Before Christmas mugs. Jack has Misfit Love, and Sally is holding a flower. I really, really love anything Nightmare Before Christmas. It was the theme of our wedding. I have a tattoo of Sally. My husband's getting a tattoo of Jack. There's Nightmare Before Christmas decor sprinkled throughout our house. So this is kind of pretty much, if I see anything Nightmare Before Christmas, I normally end up grabbing it if I think it'll actually fit with what we already have. Also from HomeGoods, these candles. So these are both fake candles. So they are the light up ones. So I don't have to worry about anything. I don't actually have to feel guilty when I burn them and then destroy them because I can't do that. So I was really drawn to this because of the scenes. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what these are, all the scenes are. So, witch flying on a broom towards a haunted house with bats and a moon. Play like that one. And this one is a witch flying on a broom with a castle in the background and a bunch of bats and jack-o'-lanterns hanging from a creepy tree. So these will be set out somewhere. I adore these. I love these. I wish I could find more of these that weren't actual true candles. They did have actual candle versions or similar versions that are true candles if you'd like that. I believe I did show that in one of my videos. As for true candles that I will probably never burn, these are small skull candles. I already have several skull candles like this. I set all of my skull candles out for decor throughout the entire Halloween, fall, autumn, Samhain season. They're so small that you can just place them anywhere. In fact, if I ever want to play a game, if I ever had a party over, I'd probably play the game of how many jack-o'-lanterns do I have out and how many skulls do I have out. And if you can find them all, congrats, you win a prize. So, note to self, remember that. But I saw these, they were relatively inexpensive. Yeah, what are they? Yeah, $5. And I was like, of course you can always use more of these, so why not? And continuing with the candles that I will never, ever, ever burn, and more skulls. These are skull, little stacked skull candles. I got 2. Not too sure where I'm going to put these out yet. My autofocus is not the greatest, folks, I'm sorry. But I saw these in the checkout line of HomeGoods, and I had to. I love them. So if you want to burn them, you can. Just cut down the wicks since they have incredibly long wicks, just for burning safety. But I think these are absolutely beautiful. So now switching to glassware, I saw these and I had to pick these up. I'm sensing a theme of stuff that I'm picking up this year. So this is a, oh yeah, focus worked this time. Okay, so witch, full moon, room, not haunted house, good lord. A graveyard scene, bats, and the little creepy house back there. But I love this. So I was able to find 2. Honestly, these are kind of like, if I don't want to put wine in a stemmed glass, I use these, or water or whatever. Let's face it, it's normally wine. But I love these. They're beautiful. Hand wash, hand wash, hand wash, hand wash. Be very careful if you get these. Don't forget, do not put it in the dishwasher. You will cry. Sticking else in the same theme of that, I picked up this one, which is kind of like a burnout mug, if it will focus. Yeah, okay. So similar vein. I like this one because whatever liquid you put in it will actually tint it. And so I thought that was really pretty. Same thing, also, don't put this in the dishwasher if you get one of these. Now, I did see at TJ Maxx, they had the same glass, but instead of it being silver inside, it was purple or metallic purple. So that was a nice little change too. I personally prefer the black, silver, white since that's generally my aesthetic anyway. Picked up some towels because I need some new towels to put into my bathroom for hand towels. So I got these black Happy Halloween Skellington Dunn towels. Personally, I just liked it because of the skeletons and the simplicity of it, just for the sake of my bathroom. Sometimes I like going simple. Curious to see exactly how fast the black will fade. All of us who wear a bunch of black knows the struggle of this, or uses a lot of things that are plain black know the struggle of this. So we'll see. So that's all I got from HomeGoods. So also in the same vein, the sister of HomeGoods is TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx So far this year, I've actually gotten a lot more from TJ than I have from HomeGoods, and I didn't think that would happen because last year TJ Maxx was kind of with their stuff whenever I went, but this year, this one, at least mine, has got plenty of items to choose from. First up, since the last item I showed was a set of bath handhelds, another one. So these two are just sets of a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns of different colors. You've got orange, you've got red, you have yellow. I was drawn to the fact of just anything with jack-o'-lantern faces I really, really like. And I didn't know if my husband would really like this, but he's now wishing I bought more of these. I'll probably be switching out my bathroom stuff very soon. And if you guys actually find any more bathroom items, I'd appreciate it if you let me know. I'm on the hunt for anything that I could use for toothbrush holder, soap holder, soap dispenser, things like that. That's more Halloween or spooky themed, since so far I have struck out. So far I've struck out with that entire thing so far. So if you find anything, please let me know. I said I bought some more spooky mugs, and so I came across these and I absolutely adore them. So I got this lovely coffee mug, black and orange skulls with a skull keychain. Keychains came attached to it. I love it. And also has a little orange pom-pom. We're gonna see how long that lasts. I don't know what I'm gonna use the keychain for, because obviously it's not gonna stay attached to this thing, but I'll use it for something. I'll find something unique for it. But I really like this. I like the fact that it's large and wide. I'm one of those where I just kind of like hunch over it in the mornings and stay warm and wake up and sip. That's me. Also, in the coffee mugs, I saw this and I had to. I wonder if this is going to be flipped on screen. Probably is. Okay, so it's you say which. So it says on both sides. And the keychain for this one is a broomstick. A little broomstick. I love it. I love the broomstick. Is it going to show? Yeah. And it has a black pom-pom. Again, still don't know what I'm going to use the keychains for, but I saw them and I was like, oh, they're adorable. So another mug to add to my collection. Sticking in the realm of drinkware, I saw these and I had to. These are martini glasses, but I love the fact that they are a copper or orangish copper sheen inside, matte black outside. I adore these. I only got two because my husband's not really much of a martini person, really. If we ever have anybody over and they want something, I can be very like Halloween suave, be like, let us drink out of this very Gothic looking glass or Halloween looking glass and whatnot. So it's all about aesthetics for me, people. I love aesthetics. Still haven't bought my bar yet. I need to get that off of Wayfair at some point because I realize I'm now piling up a lot of stuff to put on a bar with no bar to put anything on. I need to fix that. Also from TJ Maxx, I came across this sign and it reminded me so much of a Tim Burton style. I had to. So it's this lovely trick-or-treat sign with two jack-o'-lanterns, a couple bats, spider webs, lovely kind of like a mock painted frame. I love this thing. This is so adorable. I love it. It's cute. I'll probably just have this standing somewhere. I'm not gonna put it on a wall or anything, but simple, cute, small, had to. This next item, when I saw it on the shelf from across TJ Maxx, I had to fight myself to not run because I was terrified someone would snatch it up beforehand. It's a small Dunn potion cauldron. I love it because I could very easily put sugar in this and use this as a sugar jar, even though I don't use sugar in my coffee, but if I have anybody over, I can do that here. So I thought that would be great. Put this on my coffee bar, or if I'm wanting to do something in the kitchen instead, I could probably throughout the rest of the year put it in the kitchen and put salt in this so I can just sprinkle salt. I'm one of those, I don't measure spices. I just Whatever my ancestors tell me to stop, that's when I stop. I love this. Yes, it's small. I'm still hoping I can find the large one just for a cookie jar, because that little, probably can't see it, but that clear pumpkin back there is kind of like my current mock cookie jar. But I'd love something with a seal, because that one doesn't have it. So I'll be on the lookout for that, but in the meantime, I at least have a sugar bowl to use. So I'm always on the lookout for pillows, even though I don't really have the space for pillows. Go figure, right? So I saw these. Ugh. Okay. So I saw these. I love these because, oh, is this light gonna work? Yeah, okay. So I love these because it's got skull patterns. It's a very, from far away, you can't really tell anything. But whenever you get up close, it's a very subtle skull pattern. And I was immediately drawn to it. I love the fact it's so soft. It's so soft, it's so squishy. I don't want to put my face against it because I don't want to get makeup all over it. But these are huge. I mean, hi. So these will go on my couch whenever I finally switch everything over. Love these. The other one is the same design. The backs of them are plain. They're very plain, but they are oh so soft and comfortable and squishy. So if I'm not careful, I'll probably fall asleep against these at some point watching a movie. I know I showed this in my hunt, and I fell in love with it because it's got one of my favorite things on it, but it is a table runner. But it's not a full-length table runner, it's only a partial-length table runner of jack-o'-lanterns and floral. So I love this because I could just put this in the middle of my table, and I have a couple of things that I want to use as centerpieces. I can put those on, still have room for placemats, and do a full dinner set. I like the fact that this is, yes, it's intricate, but it's not too intricate, and I can still do a lot on the table and it not take away. It just adds subtly, well, as subtle as shiny jack-o'-lanterns can be. But I love the fact that it's vinyl, it's pliable, it bends, it rolls, easy to store. So I'm really excited to put everything together with this since, well, it was shiny and it caught my eye and I was like, ooh, shiny. So what can I say? Yes, I love everything all in black, but your girl kind of likes your shiny stuff too. And to go along with that table runner, they had matching placemats. And yes, I'm a bad YouTuber. I didn't show these whenever I was filming because I thought I caught the footage of it and I didn't. So I'm like, sorry. But there's a set of 4. Vinyl, all I have to do is wipe these clean. Love that. Again, pliable. So yeah, they're just cute. I just love jack-o'-lanterns. So next up we have items from At Home. So this is stuff that I got from back in mid-July, not the stuff I got on July 4th. That's a separate haul video. That's at the end of the July 4th hunt and haul video. But what I got this time around, my husband saw this. So it's a wine opener and a wine corking skull set. Since this is actually great because the other wine opener I have has finally bit it. So I now have something more aesthetically us to replace it with. Also picked up this lovely little specimen. So this is the rose with a skeleton hand holding it in a cloche. So the one thing I noticed about this, wow. So the one thing I noticed about this was that you need to be, if you get this or you're looking at this, you need to be careful of the connection of the rose stem to the hand because it is glued on there. And I noticed that quite a few of the ones that we saw, the rose was already kind of detached from it. So if you are looking to get one of these, I would make sure that it's attached. I mean, it'll still stand up just fine because how it's attached to anything else. It's just for the aesthetics of it itself. If you want it to look like you're actually holding it, then you need it to actually still be attached. So that would be the only thing I'd be careful about with this. This is one of the few red items that I picked up, and so now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with all my red items, so that's gonna be a challenge for me this year. So we'll see what we come up with. I also picked up this lawn decor of stacked pumpkins. It's cloth over a metal frame with lights inside. Not too sure exactly how it's going to stand up to the elements, so I'll see how that looks at the end of the season. This next one's a big piece, and so I'm hoping this is actually going to fit in camera. But we got an outdoor mat, and it's the jumbo outdoor mat. This is the giant Happy Halloween mat with the jack-o'-lanterns and a raven on a gravestone with owls and a creepy scene and everything else. So this is gonna go on our front stoop outside. We have a rather large space, so I thought this would fit quite well. I almost picked up the Witches Inn outdoor mat instead, the one with the black one. But whenever my husband and I saw this, we're like, ooh, this actually would work a little better just because of the sheer size of it. And honestly, we're sticklers for a good scene, a good Halloween scene. So this will go out very soon. Since I showed you that mat, I'll show you the mat I picked up from Kirkland's. This is the one that I bought while I was online. So none of this stuff had hit stores yet. But we saw this and we're like, this would be perfect for our front hallway. So it is the Happy Halloween pumpkin. Again, I love everything involving pumpkins. I like it. My one critique, the one critique I do have is online it shows this as being entirely black, but it's actually speckled. It's a gray speckle. So not entirely as black as I thought it was going to be. But at the same time, I do like it. I just would have loved it if it was black with an orange pumpkin and everything else. So that's my only critique, but it's definitely big enough to suit our needs, since our front hallway, unless there's a carpet down, you will bite it because it is super slick. Next up, Tuesday morning. I only got one thing from there, but I saw it and I couldn't leave the store without getting it. Even though there was a bunch of stuff at Tuesday morning. This is the one item I knew at least I could do something with. It's a little witch head. So technically it's supposed to be like an ornament that you can hang from a spooky tree, but I'm probably just gonna clip off this the string and just have it sitting somewhere. I love the fact that she looks so kind of like almost vampiric because of how white her skin is. So I love that kind of, I'm more of a vampire person than anything else. My husband and I actually met at a vampire LARP. For anybody who plays or has played Vampire Requiem, he was the Prince of the City. He asked me to be his seneschal. A couple years later, he asked me to be his wife. That's how it worked. So I really like anything that has that kind of like real, true, spooky, vampiric looking, even though it's a witch. So I just love that. Black, white, silver, my aesthetic. So saw this, absolutely gorgeous. Talking about spooky trees, let's actually go over some things that you can put in your spooky tree, at least what I intend on putting in my spooky trees. So while I was at Hallmark, I picked up these small mini tree miniatures. So I got Oogie Boogie, Sally, and Jack. These three will go on my miniature spooky tree that's in my front hallway. I already have the miniature Jack heads that were out last year, so I'll add these to it. And I also picked up the Lock, Shock, and Barrel storytellers that will go along with what I have right now, which is Santa, Jack, and Sally. I'm still waiting for Oogie to come back, I'm still waiting for Oogie to come out in October, and then I'll have the entire set. So I'll have Nightmare Before Christmas singing all the time in my house, which is always a good thing. And speaking of Nightmare Before Christmas, because it's always Nightmare Before Christmas with me, gotta love it. I also picked up the Talking Jack skull. So it's off right now, but it is motion sensor activated, and it does different sayings, light and sound and everything else. Still trying to figure out where we're gonna put this. We initially thought of putting this out on the porch during trick-or-treating, just for kids and everything else, but the fact that it's ceramic, I'm terrified it's gonna be destroyed. So we'll figure out what we're gonna do with this little guy at some point. Lastly, from Bath and Body Works, pocket back holders. I know I showed you some, and there was one that as soon as I saw an image of, I'm like, I have to get, because I am that girl. The pumpkin spice latte one. It's so freaking adorable. So I love pumpkin spice lattes. I actually stock up on pumpkin spice syrup as soon as they hit stores, and I just ration it throughout the entire year. I am that obsessed with the flavor in my coffee. So had to get this one. Yes, I got the, I think I got the vampire blood. Yeah, I got the vampire blood hand sanitizer. But yeah, I adore this little pocket back holder. And last, but certainly not least, I got my lovely little candle stand, my little monster under the bed. Let's see, does it light up? Is battery in? Yeah. So it is so pretty. I love the fact of how it just glows green. It's adorable. I did notice that some of the stands are slightly tilted on top, but at the same time, as long as it's not too extreme, I really like that, because I think it adds some unique character to it. It's kind of like a little monster, like, I love that. So I actually asked one of the workers to kind of look at the ones that were there, and I'm like, this is gonna be a strange question. Which one looks slightly tilted? And so I picked up this one. So really adored this. Still got to figure out exactly where I'm going to put it, but this is going to go somewhere, and I can't wait. That's all that I have so far. So I fully expect to be going back out again soon. I took off about a week and a half, 2 weeks from hunting for decor, because every single time I went out, I kept finding the same things over and over and over again. So I was like, we're gonna take a break for a little bit and wait for stuff to actually stock up. I did see that Michael's had their wreath items, finally had their wreath items out. So I picked those up. Sorry, I did not take the camera along. It was a last minute decision, but I have stuff to do, not just one, but 2 wreaths that I'll go over. So I'll have that video coming out at some point, and I'll be out hunting again very, very soon. And then my wallet will cry as I buy more items. So if you'd like to come along with me on my Halloween hunting and decor and decorate with me and all this, that, and the other, then feel free to subscribe, like this video. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next one. So happy huntings.